Hello everybody, I'm Joshino and we're back again for some spicy speculation as some of the data files for OB68, the next patch after OB67, which is coming on Wednesday, have been revealed. Now some of these things may not come in OB68 and may come later on. Like this patch, we only got the Arctic Pip, and that was data mined quite a while ago. And we also know from what the developers have said that there's an Asiatic event going on in the next patch, and likely the next champion, which is Khan, which didn't quite make it this time around. There's only a little bit about Khan added onto here, as we already know his cards and stuff, which if you want to watch my old videos, then hop back because we know quite a lot about all their cards and stuff. But the weapon is called the Heavy Repeater, so it seems like some kind of faster firing weapon. The Heavy Repeater in the old Star Wars games, like in, I think it was in Jedi Outcast, it was like quite a fast firing sort of machine laser. Well, I think it had pellets in it rather than laser bolts. And it does look like a pistol, so it's probably going to be some sort of heavy pistol, this Heavy Repeater that's coming out. One of his emotes is called Allegiance. Well, we already know he sort of swears his allegiance House Ico. The big thing this time around that we've got in the data mining is two of these skins coming in. We actually got the visuals data mine, which isn't usual for Paladins data mining. It's something that we've seen in Smite and other games, but this time around they've been able to rip off some of the actual models themselves. First up, there is the Drakefire Tyra, which I'm not gonna lie, looks absolutely epic. It's basically just like a Dragon Warrior Tyra going on right here. Again, Paladins art, the splash art usually hits out the park. Like this time around, the Arctic Pip actual splash art looks amazing. The model, not so much. This time around, I think both actually look pretty awesome. Now, in the background of this Drakefire splash art, there's a dragon, and she's firing at it. I mean, dragons are something that's thematic throughout sort of Asian culture, so could it be that this is worked into the Asiatic event? Or maybe we're not going to see this next patch, or perhaps it's just going to come out alone with next patch. But this is one of the skins coming, and I think something to look forward to. Next up, and again, absolutely and utterly epic splash art here, the Lian Galactic Scion. And you can see in the background, there's, first up, you've got the V1K Tor Victor just completely blasted apart on one side, and an unnamed sort of, we haven't seen yet, skin on the other side. Maybe we're going to get another variation of the Victor skin. It actually looks a bit more sort of Mass Effect-y. I really like that. And we've got the Lian skin itself. She just looks futuristic. It is rather a revealing skin here, folks, but the actual weapon itself looks pretty damn badass. And the same with her stylings. I just love this splash art because if you look in the background, it's got this very sci-fi stuff going on. It actually looks a lot like Star Wars. Some of the stuff in Coruscant, the flat sort of dishes on the background landscape. I just love this, and well, I look forward to this skin, and it's coming with this DLC. So this is like the damage DLC. The last time we got the Frontline DLC, which had Fernando in it, but it had some stuff to do with the grind, so I'm wondering here whether this might even contain some talents for the damage. I think it had a kill counter for just the damage class 2, so it's probably going to be bundled with that, but definitely something worth picking up. Another massive thing that is possibly coming is they are, in the data files, there's more stuff about the PVE modes maybe coming back. So there's something called PVE Ritual, Work in Progress PV Survival, and the Fernando's Chicken. So the Fernando's Chicken was actually Los Polos. Well, I'm guessing Los Polos, the old challenge. So if you didn't know, way back, maybe OB45, OB50, somewhere around there, they introduced a PV mode where it was like a challenge where you challenged bosses. Honestly, some of them it was pretty hit and miss. Some of them were ridiculous, but you had to sort of exploit them to win. If there's a survival mode, then I'm kind of looking forward to that a bit more. I always thought that these modes could have worked better if there was waves of bots coming at you, and you had to survive the waves of the bots, and maybe you had sort of a less OP version of the bosses they had before, like they had stupidly ridiculous sleeping bugs, and actually they just leap off the edge of the map eventually. But the other thing to sort of speculate on is in Smite they have different sort of game modes and variations of their game whenever they bring out an adventure, and this time around we're getting the Asiatic adventure in OB68, so is there some sort of special survival mode with maybe the Asiatic theme, maybe the dragons fighting off sort of like little dragons, or even Gorloks we've heard a lot about in the Paladins realm, fighting something about like that off. I'm also kind of curious what Ritual is. I can't really guess what that is. Maybe Ritual is a new name for perhaps the PvE where you're fighting a big boss, because you're sort of ritually summoning a boss to fight. I don't know, that's a lot of spicy speculation there. Be sure to let me know what you think about that in the comment section below, and if you played the PvE mode before and what you thought of it, because personally I was not that impressed with it, but some of them were fun. The other thing they picked up on is as work in progress into the Asiatic theme, and maybe our whole UI is going to change when we log into Paladins. We'll see this whole Asiatic thing going on, which could be cool. I really wish that they would have done that with Christmas and with Halloween and stuff, when you log in and everything is changed to sort of a Halloween-y mode, and when you look at your champion, there's like spooky background and stuff like that. Actually, to be honest, I kind of wish they'd change the background when you look at your champions right now, because it's kind of plain. There's some more skins that are in the pipelines, but again, I don't know when they're going to come, because one of them, Bomb King Heart King, seems to be a sort of Valentine's Day skin, but we kind of missed that. I know that basically all the hoo-ha with OB64 to OB66 has, I think, thrown everything out of balance. But this one is ridiculous, so I'm going to play some of the voice lines and you can just hear it out.
Let's have some fun. You know what I mean. Get too close and I'll break your heart. And the rest of you too. I'm bringing sexy back. Give your king a big hug. Say my name.
So yeah, this is a very seductive sounding Bomb King here, and my only guess is that maybe he looks like a big heart. Maybe he's just got like a big heart-shaped body, because that could work out. I'm actually thinking of Ricardio, the heart guy from Adventure Time. Like they have a similar body shape, but without the sort of the head on the top. It could just be a big heart Bomb King, but a very dreamy Bomb King indeed. Something coming perhaps alongside the Lian release of the damage pack is an Ash Future Soldier, which just sounds kind of like a soldiery futuristic thing.
There aren't dangerous weapons, just me and whatever I decide to end you with. Listen up, privates, I've only got one rule. Everyone fights, and if you don't do your job, I'll finish you off myself. Come on! Let's fight! Ash, now this is a medal-worthy play.
They've also released the Sounds of the Androxus Nightbane. This was the skin that won the community competition for the skin to come next into the game. Basically when they let the community vote on a set of 5 character concepts for a skin, and this one won out. It's kind of like it looks a bit Halloween-y, and is maybe the edgiest of all of them. So you can hear these here.
Try looking on the brighter side of death. Be it monster or mortal, none will outrun us. Death awaits you all, Androxus.
There's a Ruckus Roboforce. I mean, we've already got the Starslayer Ruckus, so I'm not exactly sure where this one is going.
Detecting hostiles. Weapon safety off.
No need to panic. We're here to save the day. Bringing out the big guns. Ruckus
and Bolt.
There's also the Sky Teacher, and we know how much people love Sky and her Sky skins, even if she's not always been in the meta. I think Sensei Sky is going to sell like hotcakes.
I am honored to be named Realm High Valedictorian. Thank you all for your support.
You haven't been studying, have you? Okay, it's class time, everyone. Pay attention. Time's ticking. Sky.
And finally, there's kind of a very sassy Vivian, which is a Vivian biker, which I'm just going to guess is her in full leathers and maybe like a hat on. And hopefully, it'll make her look better than her default skin, which is pretty pants in my opinion.
Rev your engine, kick it into gear, drop the clutch and go. Well, would you look at that? I'm all out of bubblegum. You talking to me? Have you met my friends? Should've worn some armor. Squid.
There's also a Jonas XR skin that has been linked to the Asiatic event. Now, an Exarch is like a bishop type thing, a low-level bishop. My guess would perhaps be maybe it's sort of like a spiritualist sort of take on sort of a bishop-y skin. Like they look, maybe turning Genos into maybe something that looks a bit more like the ceremonial robes there. Think long flowing fabric coming off of their arms and a tabard, things like that. But in maybe more of an Asiatic sort of theme, which kind of Genos is sort of Far Eastern in some of the ways he comes across anyway. There are other small things like an emote for Bomb King where I think he accidentally puts on his grumpy bomb and then chucks it off before it explodes. a pose for Androxus and a pose for Grover, but they don't look that impressive just yet, and they look a bit awkward, but when they get into the final version, they'll obviously look a lot better. Again, let me know all of your spicy speculation in the comment section below, and also all of the thoughts on all of the stuff you've heard, and which parts do you think will come in the next patch, and which parts do you think won't. I really hope we see Khan next patch, and I'm very much looking forward to this Asiatic event. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and make sure to hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. Until next time, everybody, Joshino.